guests we are today for grace this particular occasion. As of course, as we move along, we definitely will talk to one or two of them for like they before share the experience and tell you how important this particular occasion be today. Continue for watch. Go. We still they bring to you live broadcast Famble, this and Liberty Online TV. We bring you live broadcast at the book physical hotel. Of course, as today we get the official launch of the Lawyers Society in the country, and of course we definitely will bring you all the very best of information as the event shortly we can start. The event shortly we can start. We also will continue for chats and of course talk to more people before the event starts. Continue for watch this Liberty Online TV. Of course, now we duty and responsibility will bring down to holistic information right now. We deal with barrage of lawyers that we there, and of course we get the official launch of the Lawyers Society in Sierra Leone. And of course we look up now for best people able for talk to few of them Naya with regards to the occasion. Of course definitely we can talk to one young person with their good afternoon. This Liberty Online TV. My pleasure for get you, and of course we'll just want for let you share your knowledge with people with regards to your presence being here and how it feel like being here.
Yeah, my presence being here actually is to somehow complement the efforts of our colleagues as seniors, and not just all of us, because we are here to indirectly make a statement as lawyers, having chosen this profession. We should not allow other people to make decisions for us. In as much as we know that it is in consonance with the law, it is in accordance with the legal principles of justice, fairness, and equity. We believe our actions here today speaks volumes of the voices of the majority of members of lawyers across Sierra Leone, and we know that in fighting for justice for the layman or the ordinary Sierra Leoneans, it starts here. It starts with us, the lawyers of Sierra Leone. So we might not be opportune or given the opportunity to express these feelings, to express our dissatisfaction in other venues. But the law permits or makes it clear for us to have an independent gathering and freedom of assembly and association, devoid of other interest or other interest and other affiliations. So the reason why we are here actually is to form an independent body, a body that will be the voice for independent lawyers in Sierra Leone, a body that will be the voice to speak justice, freedom, and fairness in terms of the implementations of justice and the implementations of fairness and the implementations of ethics, and which is in direct consonance with what we stand for and what we lawyers portrays to the general public. I believe that's why we are.
Since you, the lawyers, play key role in upholding the rule of law and a guiding principle to the Constitution of Sierra Leone, don't other school of thought will feel like there is a division within the lawyers across Sierra Leone with regards to this launching ceremony, or you guys all are working hand in glove to see how this can progress that of upholding the rule of law?
I may not be in the forefront of of what is being organized here today, but as by my knowledge, we are here today actually to make the ordinary Sierra Leoneans know that in the midst of whatever challenges, in the midst of whatever limitations, justice still prevails. And there is a room for fairness and fair implementation of justice within our society.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, Fambo, continue for watch. This is Liberty Online TV. Of course, we did presently in our Brok Hotel, and we will continue to engage more lawyers. We there, of course, as I tell you earlier on, today our official launch of the Lawyers Society, Sierra Leone. Of course, we will continue for bringing to you all the very best. Be part of the program. Send your message to the number +23274200545. And drop a comment on the platform inside the watch in our Facebook page. Continue for watch the program. Of course, this is Liberty Online TV. They bring you holistic analysis and information with regards to this launching ceremony. All right. All right, Fambo, continue for watch. We still in at the Brok Hotel, and of course, we bring you holistic analysis and information with regards to what's happening presently. Of course, good afternoon. I deal with another person we are going to talk with. Of course, we still in at the Brok Hotel. Fambo, continue for watch, and they bring you more information with regards to this particular event. This is Liberty Online TV within our Brok Hotel, and presently for observe what's in the happen today. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
You will tell your name?
My name is Fatima.
All right. So you will let us say Fambo to watch you how you feel like being here.
How I feel like being here?
Yeah.
I actually feel good for attending time programs there. For the fact that now we get a law society for Sierra Leone, it's very nice because I think they don't have to come up with this kind of idea for 10 years now. They not ever come to pass. So for now, seeing this launching means a better day for the law society in Sierra Leone.
So it's better if it's a good day for the law society across Sierra Leone.
Because usually it just limits to the bar association. So now, if you come out from other jurisdiction, especially if you can go through law school and all of that, you don't go strain much. Because now you go there part of the law society. Not so now, for me, nobody just go there in a bar association because they struggle, no. So I think these are for all lawyers necessarily, even for the parts and if now other jurisdiction as well.
So it's like one of the lawyers can get key role for play, necessarily upholding the rule of law, the Constitution.
Yeah.
So how this diversity would be with regards to the layman trusting on the lawyer, say if if I get a problem, there are people who definitely going to go before we solve some of the things.
Well, with regards, actually, we're not a lawyer now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But Sierra Leoneans, you can go for that question, you are not get to find.
The trust, because many people only look into the aspect of trust in lawyers, believing in them for fight for them when cases arise in court.
Well, I think if the lawyer is part of this association now, I think the citizen will get much trust in the lawyer now. Say, okay, well, this lawyer not any kind of lawyer, as somebody who are able to us as a part of this now. So in case anything happen, I get to side for go for lodge a complaint or so. So I think that people will actually build trust in the lawyers. Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you too.
All right, Fambo, continue for watch. We're still in at the Office Hotel. We bring you more information with regards to what's in the happening presently. So the watch from the back, you see we get barrage of lawyers over there. At any time from now, this particular event will start with regards to the formal launch of the Lawyers Society Sierra Leone. The program where you watch, of course, they come to you live from Liberty Online TV as we did our Office Hotel for bringing holistic analysis and all information that we're supposed to know with regards to this event. We definitely go can start now. Continue for watch, drop your comment at the comment section and be part of the program or send me a message to number +23274 200 545 that the number you will drop your comments. Continue for watch, like our page and share so that other people get more opportunity for watch within the happen at the Office Hotel. No, I'll be right back. All right, Frambold, continue for watch. We're still in the Office Hotel. We bring you live coverage of the formal launch of the Lawyers Society in Sierra Leone. Continue for watch at any time from now. The event will start formally, and of course, we actually definitely will continue to talk to more people. We continue to talk to more people, and I think so. Responsibility, at least for talking to more people. All right, Trambo, continue for watch. This is Liberty Online TV. Good evening. Can we talk to you guys are live on Liberty Online TV? Yes. All right. We definitely want to know your views with regards being into the program and how you feel like being here. Can I talk to you first?
Yes, please. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm Barrister Emmanuel Abayomi, and it's nice talking to you this afternoon.
So how do you feel like being here for the formal launch of the Lawyers Society?
Oh, as a lawyer, I must say that I feel elated. I am proud to join my brothers and sisters in the legal profession to be here today to make history, to show to the people of this country that we must stand for what we believe, especially the right things. We know that you have gotten reports of some of the things that have been happening within this small legal society, especially the last AGM that we had in Kenema a few months ago. And that wrong needs to be righted. That is why we are here today, to prove to the people of this country that the lawyers of this country will do what is right to continue to protect their rights. We will do what is right to make sure their voices are heard. We will do what is right to continue to represent them when the powers that be trample against them. So that is why we're here today, and we're very happy to be here.
Since like you are excited, and many of the people believe in you, the lawyers, of upholding the Constitution and the rule of law. One want to say, is there any division within the lawyers of Sierra Leone?
No, there is no division. There is no division. We want people to get this absolutely clear. That is the Sierra Leone Bar Association, to which all lawyers subscribe. Well, although it is not still to send so that you as a lawyer you should be a member of the Bar Association, no. But majority of the lawyers in this country are members of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. However, nothing precludes us from forming another organization. And this organization is not at variance or a parallel organization with the Sierra Leone Bar Association. We have set this up as a form of an NGO to be able to address some of the wrongs and some of the concerns of members of society. Yes.
Thank you so much, talking.
Thank you very much.
I think I want to take your seat and talk to the next person. Of course, good evening. You're live on Liberty Online TV. Can you please tell us your name?
I'm Abdul Karim Kamara.
Okay, it's a pleasure having you, and how it feel like being here.
It feels so fulfilling to me. It feels so self-satisfactory to me. It feels so relieving to me. I'm overwhelmed being here. I'm so satisfied being here.
So what this will mean to the people of Sierra Leone, to the law society, the lawyers, and of course to everybody across the world.
To me, I think this sends different signal. It's not all lawyers that really succumb to the ills of society. There are few amongst us that will stand tall to challenge the status quo, to make the right thing right and the wrong wrong. Call a spade a spade. But in no way I am saying this organization, today we are giving it its formal launch, is in parallel to the Sierra Leone Bar Association. No way. But rather as one of our fundamental rights of belonging to organizations who strongly believe that they share similar objectives as yours. Nothing precludes you to belonging to 2, 3, 4 organizations. And so this is why we're here.
So what is the message you like to send to our viewers and to the people too?
The message I want to send to our people is that, again, Lawyer Society Sierra Leone will be there to at least see how best the whole government accountable, the rule of law thrive, equality before the law, making sure that all institutions are accountable and commend institutions where the need be. It's just like anything that you call for government, we call them the check and balance system. Institutions that will be there independently and unbiased to challenge issues on a nationalistic point of view, on a patriotic point of view, rather than succumbing to party politics or you being remote control at different areas because of A, B, and C. It's just an area and avenue we want to get ourselves where we will do things for the interest of Sierra Leone, deal with sentiments of politics, all geared to national building or nation building. So that is why I said I'm feeling very relieved to fulfill with the formal launch of Lawyers Sierra Leone. And we're here to give our support and to be members of this wonderful NGO.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you too. It's a pleasure.
All right, Fambul, I don't know whether I will talk to you. Good evening. All right, thank you. Of course, you still watch Liberty Online TV, and we definitely we bring you more information with regards to happenings so far at the Brok Hotel. Continue for watch as anytime from our program we can start officially for the formal launch of the Lawyer Society as a program with the Watch TV, and we definitely there at the Brok Hotel for bringing holistic analysis and talk to more people with regards to the formal launching of the Lawyer Society as really continue for watch.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We want to apologize for keeping you waiting. We want to use this opportunity to assure you that this program definitely starts in the next 10 minutes. Once again, we apologize for keeping you waiting, but be rest assured that in the next 10 minutes, this program will commence. Thank you very much.
I feel like your own, feeling home. I assure you, given the experience, for our group coaching, is there any dedication with regards to basically, I think you're bottom line. What I believe today serve as a river as a new beginning of hope in the profession as a I want to see the profession climb the epics where it was. And we all know what happened within this year. We went to Kenema, some of us were deprived of taking part in an election. And we know what happened out there. So that's why we're here to actually to support and give our optimal support to a program of this nature. I think the message I would like to say to the players is for them to continue to build trust, continue to look forward to players. I think there is support because I tell you, the lawyers play big roles. And as we as judicial officers, our business is to see justice not only be done, it's be done. I think this one is delivered fresh and real to all and so. Thank you so much.
Good talking to you.
Alright, much family, program live and I think from now on, so
Now we need to piano magistrate. Yes, take guys. Man is steady for
possibility they have to
our play.
observe the society, right? And so, just be how do you feel like being here on this occasion?
It's very good. I mean, like, to me, I feel like I feel like freedom. I feel like at least sometimes I guess as lawyers, we never found any external.
So this official launch of say, this is to the people of Sierra Leone.
Well, like this for recent event, I should say in mind, a huge shadow we don't cast because when they application is right, and when so if as long as they find out the lawyers, the shadow, I feel like it will have significant shadow when it comes to practicing professional life. It will make me come again and launch this institution where independent things don't have to be happen, but the lawyers will depend on protecting the rights. And they should see the right things that happen, even what they say. It's a very good magistrate.
Feel say this will change the narrative the whole state about the vision within the team as a
I said everyone get it. By now, we not start now. I process this one will be facing for all on a brain to start. We don't be on this. These are all things. And as we say, the commitment to the amount. So I think I really the reputation back. This particular event an indication say for people professionals depend on for protect the rights there, for defend the rights there, still they on the task, they're very much committed to that task.
has been very much committed to ensuring that the rule of law and due process really thrive in Africa.
And I did you know, you don't have
Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me apologize once again for keeping you waiting. We are truly sorry. And let me take the opportunity to officially call this program to order. And there will be no better way to move from this point of calling the program to order than to ask all of us to rise for the national anthem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, let's remain seated as we observe a minute of prayers silently. Amen. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the honor to call on stage Margaret Davis to do the welcome courtesies.
Honored seniors, esteemed guests, members of the media, distinguished members of the legal community, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the promoters and organizing committee, I am honored to welcome you to the launch of the Lawyers Society. Today marks a significant milestone in a journey to foster excellence, collaboration, and innovation within our legal profession. Our continued resolve to advocate for justice, promote human rights, uphold the rule of law, promote democracy, and good governance. We are grateful for your presence and support as we embark on this exciting venture. Your commitment to upholding the rule of law and advocating for justice is what drives our vision forward. We extend a special thanks and welcome to our senior colleagues for taking this time to share their insights and wisdom during consultations. Your contributions are invaluable as we strive to create a vibrant platform for legal discourse and professional development. As we move through today's program, I encourage everyone to engage, share ideas, connect and network with one another. Together, we can build a strong and supportive community that will enrich our profession and serve the public interest. Thank you once again for being here. Let us celebrate the beginning of this new chapter together. Once again, you're all welcome.
Thank you very much, Madam Davis, for that wonderful welcome. And now I also have the honor to call on stage for a declaration of purpose, no less important than one of the leaders of this particular venture. You know, we have to be very clear that the resolve has been general, that the determination has come from each and every one of us. But a couple of people decided to come to the fore, and they did so with every sense of commitment and purpose, with every iota of dedication. And believe me, they have done a wonderful job. And one of such persons is no less a personality than Madam Wara Senkaba.
Thanks, Julian. And I cannot stop smiling. I just have the biggest smile on my face. And the reason I have this smile on my face is that amidst all the resolve and all the we're never backing off that I was spouting in public, I must say I had my moments of doubt. And today I am grateful to each and every one of you who supported, who pushed, and who, when yesterday things went topsy-turvy a bit, who pushed us to this day. And I am so grateful to see a room full of beautiful, amazing, courageous, distinguished lawyers of our profession. Thank you so much to all of you for never giving up. Now, this journey to create a second organization started well before even I became a lawyer in Sierra Leone. But I know when I came in 2012, I remember Drusel Taylor, who's here, pushing for a second organization. And in fact, I remember he wrote an M&A, maybe it was a little bit later, but was pushing for an organization. Because in general, when you have one organization, there tends to be a monopoly. And there's no distinct, voices are not allowed to differ. Now there's a second voice. There's lawyers. The women's bar, we'll never forget that. But I think for us, this is an opportunity for people, for lawyers, to be able to express themselves in a way that they want to, that their will and their desires are what is paramount in the association. Now, as I said, the journey started a while ago. And what broke the camel's back for me, and for all of us here, is what happened in Kenema. So let's take you back to Kenema, and let's see a short video. Can I ask the lights? Yes. There are lots of missing scenes. Unfortunately, the video is not cooperating, which is why we didn't have the volume. But we still wanted to show it. So remind you, I see a lot of you who are in that video in this room. And I'm very proud of how determined you were that day to not allow injustice to start. Kenema tested our resolve. Kenema tested everything we believed in. It tested our own strength and our belief in ourselves. And what I'm proud of is that when we left Kenema, we said we would start this journey. We started with the requisition, which 600 of you signed after we had a meeting here, and we proceeded to put in place a caretaker board. The caretaker board, as you know, was comprised, I guess I should say was, because of all the happenings, apologies here, of Basita Michael, Mr. Shares Moses. I'm going to ask, as I call your name, that you please stand up and take a bow, because you do deserve all the respect and the regard. Rodia Sofia Calvo, Basita Michael, Elvis Scarborough, and Musa Kamara. I know Rhoda was here, so she must have stepped outside. But I want to recognize the caretaker body, because they were determined to help us to get the Bar Association back to where we needed to. Unfortunately, even though they've been pushing for us to sue them, they took us to court. Now, one person who was instrumental from the very first day I made my declaration for presidency is no longer with us, unfortunately. And one such person is EEC Shares Moses. I'm going to ask us to stand up and please observe a moment of silence for our learned senior and our hero. May the soul of Mr. Shares Moses and all faithful departed colleagues rest in perfect peace. I know wherever Mr. Shares Moses is in heaven today, he's smiling, because he would have loved to be standing here with us and he would have definitely wanted to be the person who launched this organization. But God, as we say, man proposes and God disposes. And so we thank him for his support, for his kindness, for his courage, and for standing with us when people were scared to. From the lawsuits, we decided that we could not stand still. We had to move on. And so we quietly tried to register, we did register the Law Society of Sierra Leone with the Freetown City Council. We were issued certificates. There was a presumption of regularity for us. We had no inkling of anything untoward, except yesterday morning when we saw that letter. And some people may fault us for writing to change the name. But I can tell you that if we had not sent that letter, we would not have known that there was any issue with any registration. Because only when we sent that letter did the chief administrator write us and say, no, you fraudulently obtained this certificate. We have since corrected him to let him know that we did everything that was required of us. We filed every paper, every report, every action plan. And as far as we are concerned, we are legally registered and we are legally able to proceed. For them, as we say in our letter, we don't know what happened. We don't know if they didn't put it in the system or if somebody took it out of the system. But that is not our problem. And we cannot afford to wait any longer. So the purpose today, my purpose today, I got here a little bit long-winded, my declaration of purpose here, and our purpose here today, is to launch the Lawyers Society. And the reason for the Law Society as we changed from Sierra Leone is because we don't want to fight over Sierra Leone. It is all ours. They cannot take it from us. But if they want to keep the name for themselves, it's okay, let them hold on to it. We are the Lawyers Society, and we are ready to work, to protect our democracy, to protect the rule of law, to stand for each and every one of you, and ensure that your vision for Sierra Leone and your vision for the bar is respected. So today, it is my honor to declare that we are launching and we are proceeding with the launch of the Lawyers Society. And this is our organization and our vehicle to express ourselves and our views and ensure that the democratic values in Sierra Leone and our Constitution are respected, as well as looking after the interests of lawyers. That is our goal. That is our purpose. Throughout my campaign, throughout Mara's campaign, that was our message. It was time for the bar to speak for all of us, not for some of us. It was time for the bar to be independent. Welcome to your independent association, the Lawyers Society of Sierra Leone. I see my able MCs running around.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Warase Kamal. That was a very, very uplifting one. Truly, it's not been an easy journey. It's been very tough. I mean, we've been dealing with quite a lot, but then we've been very steadfast. We always had our eyes fixed on the ball. And just quickly, we want to make it unequivocally clear that there is no law, there is no legal requirement that for an organization to be launched, you have to register. There is no legal requirement. So even if you go and delete registration from your system, it has nothing on this launching of this organization. Even if you fail to input registration in your system, it has nothing to do with the launch of this organization. The Sierra Leone Bar Association was founded in 1965. It only got registered in 1999. The Sierra Leone Bar Association, founded in 1965, it only got registered in 1999. So I mean, we are not bothered, we're not worried, and we know that we are standing on a very firm foundation. Is that the motto of some school? It wasn't meant to compliment the school. Well, I couldn't have. We don't compliment any other school when you're into here. So, we are very sure that we're standing on solid ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would not be wasting time. We're now moving to the very reason we're here, and that is to launch this organization. And like I said, it's been quite a journey, but we are here now, and we're looking forward. There's nothing holding us back. Forward ever, backward never. That's the proper compliment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to call on stage two distinguished legal practitioners in Sierra Leone. I mean, these practitioners have clearly, undoubtedly demonstrated stellar and distinguished professional performance across board. We've just been informed that the people who have joined the link and they're also in the hall, and they should mute, otherwise we keep having the feedback. Please. Apologies for that break. It wasn't a break in transmission due to power cut. It was a break in transmission because we wanted to sort out. So the two personalities that will be launching this organization, as I said earlier, have distinguished themselves. They have distinguished themselves, and the number has gone up to 3. 3 people would be here to launch this organization. And believe me, these are people who have put their heart and their soul into this profession, the legal profession. so they understand what it means for us to come together and demonstrate a resolve to attend to the pressing issues of the membership and the pressing issues of the nation. So without further ado, let me, standing on the principle of seniority priorities, call on stage for the official launching of this organization, no less a person than Yada Ashimuye. Yada Ashimuye. Yada Ashimuye. Ladies and gentlemen, let's remain standing. Let's remain standing. As I also call on stage another wonderful legal practitioner, a vibrant practitioner, a woman of substance. These days I hear a woman of timber caliber. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor and the privilege to call on stage to join Mr. Williams, no less a person than Mrs. Fatima Tesori. Last but not the least, this man has been the embodiment of an alternative bar. I can very well recall I was part of an executive and he went chamber to chamber. Sign. It has been an eternal call, an eternal endeavor for him. He has not spared any time, any moment to say we have to look at the possibility of an alternative path to address the very many serious and challenging issues confronting the legal profession. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not waste your time. I now bring to you to complete the trio of launches, no less a person than the distinguished Brucey Taylor. Let me now hand you over to Mr. Yada Ashim Williams, so that the official launching of this organization would be done together with the other launches. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It was just a couple of minutes ago that Ms. Mara Sekmal and Mr. Augustine Mara asked me to do the official launching of this organization. And of course, I couldn't say no to them because of my passion for the profession and for you all as colleagues. Before performing what I was asked to do, I intend to digress a little bit. Of course, I'm very happy to be part of this, the launch of this organization. We launched the Silent Bar Association. On the 18th of May, is it June? May 2024. And I would say we all lost the organization to politics. I would not mince my words about that. Yes. For years at the bar, we fought to eliminate politics from the Silent Bar Association. This happened in the 90s, up to 2010, and then things started to slide. What happened in Canada was a disgrace. It was fraudulent. It was criminal. Those responsible should pay against the shame. And again, I should be clear about this. They did it with impunity. They knew that institutions that were mandated to protect the law, to protect the rule of law, would not come in aid of you, the victims. So they were very brazen. They were not even, I mean, it was broad daylight robbery. You know, I mean, you know, it was scandalous. It made most of us locally, most people in Sierra Leone and even out of Sierra Leone, we felt ashamed. But again, as I said, they did it, knowing fully well that institutions that are mandated to uphold the law, that are mandated to uphold the rule of law, would not have the backbone to call them out. And for me, as soon as that happened, I started talking to a few people that the only way out is a splinter band. Because the only way out was what you're doing now. I haven't seen the constitution of the Lawyers Society. But I hope this organization would not also be lost to politics. We have to be quite clear, in whatever constitution you write, that people who are active in politics should not hold executive positions. Additionally, those who hold public offices should not hold positions in the executive. I am saying so selflessly because I currently hold a government office. So I am making myself ineligible. So let me go down to what I've been asked to do. It is with great pride and excitement that you gathered today to launch the Law Society, a platform that marks a significant step forward in our pursuit of excellence, unity, and service within the legal profession. This society should be more than an association. It should be a commitment to uphold the highest standards of integrity, advocacy, dedication to the rule of law and justice. The Lawyers Society should serve as a beacon for collaboration, providing a space for legal minds to exchange ideas, foster mentorship, and champion the causes that strengthen our judicial system. Your vision should not only enhance the skills and capacity of your members, but also to extend your reach beyond the legal field, ensuring that justice is accessible to all members of society. Today, you affirm your commitment to the rule of law, the defense of rights, and the tireless pursuit of fairness in all legal processes. In launching this society, you are creating a legacy that honors the rich traditions of our legal profession while embracing the innovations and reforms necessary to meet the challenges of the modern world. Let this society be a the Lawyers Society be a testament to the spirit of unity and progress. Together, you can inspire, lead, and uphold values that define the essence of justice. Thank you all for being part of this historic occasion. I wish you all the best in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Colleagues all and members of the public present. The writing the laws of Kenema today. We should remember that Kenema should never be repeated. For those of us who was first experience for pepper spray or tear gas or police brutality, as lawyers, police disrespectful profession by our colleagues, we should note that this is history. History was made in Kenema, but we're reversing the history made in Kenema. But what happened in Kenema is negative and has left a lasting bad impression on the profession. We all know that as lawyers, the profession is our bread and butter. But when the members of the public see us descend in the way we descended at Kenema, it is an embarrassment, not only to us, but to some of us who go out and say we are lawyers for the same reason. People are asking questions, they were sending text messages, and we see how company law is abused, and misabused. So we have to make sure this is not only for us, but for our children and for the nation. There are many more lawyers coming into young colleagues coming into the profession, and they want to see upright things in the profession. We owe that duty to ourselves and to them, and we hope that as of today, with the launch of the Lawyers Society, that we would learn to hold ourselves accountable. We would learn to say sorry and apologize when we know we have done something. We cannot be so brazen to have such events at Kenema happen to colleagues who we see in the court corridors every day, and we thought we were supposed to embrace ourselves, embrace the law, embrace the profession, and everything that the profession stands for. What we saw in Kenema was divisive, and I hope that the Lawyers Society will bridge that gap that the Sierra Bar Association caused in Kenema. The executive that caused that incident, however it was planned, however it was intended, needs to apologize, not only to us as a professional, as a profession, but to the nation as a whole. What we saw on the screen today is history that will not be erased in the minds and hearts of many people. If those colleagues who are on the record, as I will call that name on us, because I was in the hall when the papers happened, if they cannot come forward and say what we did was wrong and embrace us all and bridge this gap, then I am sorry to say we will see the end of the SNPA. The Lawyers Society will take its place. That is as a result of abuse of power and taking advantage of certain authorities within your skin. We should not be seen to be abusing power. So, based on what Mr. Yada Williams had said before, I stand with you to say that we should make sure that politics does not filter its way into the law society.
I'll stand on existing protocols and I'll take it right from where the story left. I think we must make an undertaking to ensure that this organization works for the purpose for which it has been launched, and that is to preserve and protect the interests of all of us lawyers, to promote and protect the rule of law, and to ensure that democratic values and best practices are upheld. If you are here with us, and you know that politics will overwhelm you at some point in time, please feel free to leave. Please, feel free to leave. Because this is what begins. This is what is best for us, particularly at the present state of the country. We need organizations that will stand for the law. The law is very lonely at the moment. So we need this organization to be one ally with the law going forward. Secondly, we must also note that all of us are police officers for this organization. We all have a duty to ensure that each of us stand with the law, each of us stand with the ethos for which this organization has been launched. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't bother you with much as already been said by my two launchers. Let us please put our minds, our determination, and our fortitude towards the purpose for which we are launching this organization. Thank you.
If you all please rise, I hereby launch the Lawyers Society. Wow.
Thank you very much. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Wow, amazing. This is amazing. I have to confess that I'm feeling emotional. It's been quite a journey. Telema was not easy. Telema was not easy. We were literally suffocated. But then I think what we have demonstrated is character, determination, and courage. What we suffered in Telema, believe me, some people thought we will never be able to be where we are today. But we picked ourselves up, we dusted ourselves off, and we started the making of this wonderful moment. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we all must be proud of ourselves. Let's put our hands together for ourselves once again. Let's put our hands together for ourselves. It's an amazing job. Mrs. Soi talked about if X and Y did not happen, then the death knell of a certain entity probably is being wrong. And we were at Fuabe College when we were being lectured by the late Professor Ekehalo. And here they entered into the lecture room without us realizing, well, a good number of us realizing. And Tomel Harding of blessed memory was whistling a certain funeral hymn. So when Ekehalo came into the lecture room and heard the funeral hymn being whistled, he asked, "Who is whistling that song? It sounds funeral, and it's an academic funeral." A week later, results were out, and the F's were many. It would appear as if Mrs. Soi has just borrowed a leaf from the book of Ekehalo. Some people are whistling some song. It would appear that that song is an institutional funeral song. Mrs. Soi has warned Those warriors, let them hear. But believe me, we are forging ahead because we believe that the rule of law, good governance, democracy, human rights, justice, these are cardinal issues and principles upon which our democracy as a nation must stand. And we must pursue those ideals vigorously. And so, that is why we're here today, to make that resolve. So those who are whistling that song, it sounds funeral. And it could be an institutional, suicidal funeral. On that note, I now have the honor to bring to you not the youngest of voices, but some young voices. Because we have said that this association must be very inclusive. We should not leave people out. And we believe that junior colleagues must be embraced, they must be part of the process, and they must, every step of the way, be involved to see to it that these lofty ideals which we have espoused are tended to, not only with the professionalism and experience of Yara Williams and Mrs. Zoe and Lucy Stilo, but with the youthful strength and vigor of our younger colleagues. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I now bring to you for a very short speech one of our very vibrant ladies, and that is Fatmata Kamara. Fatmata Kamara.
To our very, very senior colleagues, of course my junior colleagues, because I now have juniors, and all the distinguished guests we have in this evening. A very good evening to you. I feel honored, I feel privileged, I feel extremely excited, and to a very large extent emotional too, because all of us fought for something we believed in. All of us, we are named for something we believed in, and all of us, at some point, we are marginalized for standing for what we believe is the truth. Personally, I studied, I should say, 9 years. First degree 4 years, and law 4 years, and then studied to go to law school, and eventually passed the bar and became a lawyer. Not because I wanted to see a bar that I'll bow my head in shame for, not because I wanted to see a bar that I'll feel has no credibility, not because I wanted to see a bar that I'll go international and be shy to say I am from the Sierra Leone Bar Association. But because I believe that the Bar Association of Sierra Leone was named, or has been named, as the oldest bar in sub-Saharan Africa. So what is wrong? Where did we go wrong? Is the question. So I feel happy that we are here today indeed to take a positive divergence, I should call that. It is a positive one. Because if we don't stand for something, at the end of the day, we'll fall for everything. On that note, I want to say a very big congratulations to all of us, and especially our very senior colleagues who took the forefront in fighting for what all of us believe in. And today, here we are celebrating Lawyers Society. Congratulations. I'm happy, and my speech will go to the younger bar. Not because you are just here at the bar, not because you have not been called to the bar, you've only passed the bar, not because you've taken just 6 months at the bar. You should be intimidated. No, we all know that. Yes, we should be respectful, but it does not mean our voices have to be buried. Stand for what you believe in. It is everyone's constitutional right to belong to a political party. If you agree, it's fine. If you agree, it's fine. We are okay. But we should not allow our green and red to interfere with the profession we have studied for very long. So to all the young lawyers, I'm happy I'm seeing most of you in the room, and I feel very proud of you all. Even when APC calls to stand the ground to criticize very well. So as one of our finest lawyers said, Mr. Edgar Williams, we have to take this seriously. That as we continue to ensure this positive step we have taken to launch the Lawyer Society today, we should be sincere to ourselves that we would not allow our greenness and redness to interfere with what we have launched today. Otherwise, we should go back to the assembly. We should go back because it will just be the same from where we came from. So I want to say congratulations to all of us, and we look forward to an executive that will spearhead positive changes in the Bar Association. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was told that was a younger colleague, but those words were pretty much loaded. Experience-filled, inspiring, very motivational. Thank you very much for that brilliant one. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next to talk to us is a gentleman. And without wasting time, I have the pleasure of calling on stage Mr. Batundu Lea Kutubu.
Hi. Good evening. I come from Kenya. That's my Canada home. So it's a bit embarrassing that today we have to think of Kenema as the museum for the slaughter of the Sierra Leoneans. But then we take hope from that because we know we think of Kenema as the catalyst for the new baby we're bearing. And so we, the young people, feel very, very relieved, very, very pleased that what we saw when we were babies at the law school of Warwick College did not really die in Kenya. When we were young and we followed while we were in school or university, our buses to the law courts, or we followed them, or we saw the people we could never reach. We aimed and we yearned for this profession, not particularly because of the fees we thought those people were having, but because of the elegance, the integrity, the sacredness they conducted themselves with. But then, that was drastically threatened in my hometown. And so, I speak on behalf of many young people who would not want to dance with a first lady to the heart, who would not want to have a friendship with someone in the highest of political houses to the heart in the course of their profession. I speak on the two young lawyers who just want to practice the law and enjoy the beauty of it. That we will take up this torch of the new law society hold it firm with both hands, pull employ our legs if it's necessary, to ensure that insofar as we lost a woman of about 120 years, this new baby would last for more centuries than you can ever imagine. So we congratulate those who consumed tear gas, who in the fight of justice were hooked with those pepper sprays, but who now believe that they had to endure. We promise you that we will grow gray and will keep this for infinity. And we congratulate ourselves for reaching this one. Thank you.
Where are we? Mr. Williams and the other many seniors can probably pass on the briefs to these juniors and be very confident that they're very good at this. Those briefs will be very good at this. You know, what we've called the younger bar has represented itself very distinguishedly today, and we're really, really very proud. That was amazing. Thank you very much, Mr. Kutubo. That was truly beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this journey, like I said, has been quite a journey, and the organization which has been launched, you know, was conceived by certain set of people, and those who conceived the idea of forming this organization did not leave any stone unturned in achieving this particular aim. They put their sweat and blood into this. Believe me, everything. I mean, because we live in a society where people are victimized so seriously that merely associating with concepts and ideas which some people believe would be inimical to their interests is simply enough for you to be targeted, for you to be derailed, and for you to be made a serious victim. So we appreciate very seriously the selflessness of these people who decided to put the interest of the profession and the nation above their own individual interests. I am talking about the promoters of this organization, the promoters of this society. They did extremely well. So I now have the honor to call the names of those who are the promoters of this society. First on my list, an iron lady. Some people have said, and it is almost in recent times, a woman that is solid beyond description, a woman that is principled beyond disturbance. No matter what you throw at her, she stands by her principles. Ladies and gentlemen, our very first promoter of this society, Madam Basita Maibu. Now, people have said, oh well, he belongs to a party, but he's one person who cuts across. He sees each and every member of the bar
as a brother, as a sister, as a son, as a daughter. Even after Kenema, the perpetrators of those dastardly acts had to reach out to say, "Bah, you will therefore understand with me in difficult and all." And he said to them, "What you did was wrong, and you people must be very frank about it." This man is the people's man. Everybody believes that he espouses those values and those aspirations which this particular society represents. Second on the list of promoters, ladies and gentlemen, Joseph Jiran Kabal. Now, some people you don't hear about them every day, quiet, but people who believe that we must come together to follow the ideals and the principles we believe should push this nation and the profession forward. This is one such person. You would not hear about him very often, but he's a very dedicated person to this profession. And he has also put his heart to this society, into the society. Ladies and gentlemen, third on my list, Musa No Kamara. Musa No Kamara. You see, we all here wanted this to happen. And we wanted this to happen so badly. But I have to tell you that the energies you gave were collected by a set of people. And those people, they led this venture, they led this journey. And believe me, they did fantastically well. I mean, very busy personalities, very busy practitioners, they almost abandoned to some great extent their practice and concentrated on delivering this particular baby. They did tremendously well. Their dedication and determination, I mean, in my view, have been unmatched. Ladies and gentlemen, next on the list of our promoters, no less impossible than the chief reclaimer himself, Augustine Solis. Augustine Solis. Now, it's one thing to dream, it's another thing to execute, to put that dream into life, to bring it into life. And I do not know a better embodiment of that zeal, that passion, that commitment to bring a dream into fruition than this person that I'm about to name. She's one person that, as far as pursuing this dream was concerned, no was never an answer. No was never an answer. In fact, it's easy for Ibrahim Bangura, aka Bellows, to say, that they get one body. I mean, because she would not listen. No, don't tell us that we can't do it. Oh, it's difficult, there is a problem. No. She would not. She believes that this can be delivered, and indeed, she stood every step of the way to ensure that this baby was delivered. Ladies and gentlemen, another iron lady, no less impossible than Mrs. Margaret Davis. One of the well, this person, she's got energy, she's got passion, she's got the vision. But again, the English language and that wonderful accent, I think, was very, very inspiring and motivating. But there are sometimes when this small group that we try to put things together and all of that, and things would be going a little off the rails, and you listen to a voice note with that wonderful accent, and you say, okay, we'll ginger down, let's push on.
she's a wonderful person. Her time, her finances, her dedication, her commitment, her zeal, she's been extremely wonderful. Last but not the least on this list, an extraordinary member of this association in the person of the leader of the voice. The leader of the voice. Madam, why are saying come out? The leader of the voice. Madam, why are saying come out?
So, ladies and gentlemen, those are the promoters of this society. We want to say a very big thank you. We all, as unions, we know what it means to come forward and say we are challenging the evil and we're putting ourselves out, and need to be on record that we were the people who came together to set up an alternative body to advocate to the principles of democracy, good governance, rule of law, and certainly the welfare of the profession. So we want to say a very big thank you to you. You have done very well. There cannot be anything more altruistic than what you have done. We're grateful and we say a very big thank you to you. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we want to unveil what we've termed the interim executive. This society would have to transition. I mean, if there's anything that would be a watchword, it is democracy. So we know very well that the future leadership of this society is in your hands. The future leadership of this society is in the hands of each and every one of us. We would have to determine that. But whilst we transition, we would need to have an interim body to steer the ship. And so, we have an interim body, and we'll shortly be announcing that body. So, until some time when we'll be having the first annual general meeting of this society, the people I'm about to name would be those who would be steering the ship. They will be leading us. And let us make it abundantly clear that we have said that we'll be wasting no time to attend to the very urgent issues of governance, good governance, democracy, rule of law, justice in this country. We'll be wasting no time. We are going to work right from this moment, and these people would be the people to do that, to ensure that while we wait till the first AGM, they get all of these aspirations attended to, and they would be doing that exactly for us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first on my list is the interim treasurer of the society. The interim treasurer of the society has been a wonderful person. She is no less a person than Madam Joy Precious Bayo. Joy Precious Bayo. Thank you very much. Next on the list, even becoming interim, I mean, people will say, I mean, he's a fit and proper person for the job. I mean, I think there was a time he went to one television program and there was one commander there. And that commander never knew he was in there for some serious lecture on common law. By the time he ran into common law, commander was like, I need to go back and dust those books. Ladies and gentlemen, your interim public relations officer of this society, Claude Davis. CB, Claude Davis. Well, I mean, some people say the CBD is very apt actually. It does a lot of real estate around the central business. A lot of real estate around the central business. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our next on the list, interestingly, one of our promoters, said a lot about her, and she's been phenomenal. A passion, unquantifiable. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you your interim Secretary General, Madam Margaret Davis. Madam Margaret Davis, your interim Secretary General. Madam Margaret Davis. Now, one of the two powerhouses, she's indeed a wonderful person. Her steadfastness, her dedication, and commitment simply unmatched. We said a lot about her, don't want to bore you further, but believe me when I say you have a wonderful interim vice president in this personality. Ladies and gentlemen, the vice president of the Lawyer Society, Madam Wara Seikaba. Now, some people say, well, he's actually Salon Mandela. No, on a very serious note, I have a certain colleague, and he said to me, what that guy can endure, what he can sacrifice for what he calls principles and ideals. Believe me, I tell you, that person would always remind me, I believe in them, but I don't think I have all what that guy has to endure in pursuit of those ideals and principles. The sacrifices, the devotion, the commitment, believe me, he has been a wonderful person. He has been a force to reckon with. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a man, and believe me, he would, in the interim, lead this society distinguished. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give a standing ovation for the interim president of the society, Augustine Sori Sengbemana. Augustine Sori Sengbemana. Interim president of the application. Please don't sit. Please don't sit. Please don't sit. Ladies and gentlemen, your interim executive, but just to tell you that this particular society is built on the solid foundation of democratic tenets, we would not be having them here and they go home today and think that, I am interim president, I'm interim vice president. This body would have to endorse or kick them out. This body would have to endorse or kick them out. Would have, by way of acclamation or otherwise, seek to endorse or kick them out. I'll now invite somebody to move a motion for the endorsement of this body. And then Sulaiman Kabakroma wants to move a motion for in a closed session. Yeah, well, because this is not so much election, we would please ask that we bear with yourselves and have it done this way. And again, just because it's an interim body, it's also good that the general public understands the situation. Ladies and gentlemen, Sulaiman Kabakroma wants to propose a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Julia. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been crying for justice, legitimacy, talking about the law. So we want people to know that what is done here is within the confines of the law. And if anybody thinks that it is illegal, we are willing, ready, and able to take them on. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Sulaiman Kabakroma, hereby move a motion that this general house, made up of lawyers only, witnessed by the media, the fourth estate, members of the public, and those in the diaspora, that we hereby endorse this interim executive of the Lawyers Society until a proper election is done for them to manage their affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby move this motion. Shall we have all the response from the lawyers? If you want to now continue, say hey. If you want to say no, say no. All right. I ask the lady to be seconding this motion. So I call on my landed senior, Madam Rola Sufyan Kago, a former president.
Thank you, Mr. Koroman. So I, Rola Sufyan Kago, on behalf of us lawyers here present, who have the interest of our profession, the oldest, the best, the most enviable profession in the world at heart, I second the motion that we have these fine ladies and gentlemen to serve as our interim executive until the next election is held.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you agree with these people serving as interim executive, let me hear you say yes. Yes. Do you agree that these people serve as interim leaders of this society? Yes. Is there any counter motion? Is there any counter motion? Is there any counter motion? Now, ladies and gentlemen, with you as witnesses, I now declare these ladies and gentlemen the interim executive of the Royal Society. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me now bring to you your interim president to address you. This is the maiden speech. This is the maiden speech of the Mandela of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, Augustine Soise Kemara, interim president, Loyal Society. Please silence for the president. Please silence for Mr. President.
Hi, it's been such a journey. Good evening, everyone. Learned seniors at the bar and colleague practitioners, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you. A few minutes ago, I mentioned to Madam Kwasi that I have not prepared this speech to read out to colleagues. On such an epochal moment, one needs to speak from the heart. And this is what I'm doing this evening. We have come a long way as a profession. We have also come a long way as a nation. But there's no way we can talk about the history of this country without looking back to what was chronicled in the TLC report. In those very sad writings, a lot of accusations were levied against the legal profession. And so 2 decades on, we look back and we see that substantially, very little have changed. The other day we went to the Special Courts Legacy conference, and it was like we were just rehashing some of the episodes that were documented in the TRC courts. And it was very, very sad for people like Mr. Yana Williams, who served as defense counsel at the Special Court for Sierra Leone, Madam Rodia Sufian-Kagbo. When we think now that Sierra Leone should be exporting very beautiful lessons, not just in jurisprudence, but in governance, in conduct, in the rule of law. But sadly, we continue to be a perpetual recipient of all these trainings and lessons on the rule of law. This trend must not continue. Lawyers must not continue to do business as usual. Because when society breaks down, we are the very first accused person. And so it behoves all of us at this very important moment to come together, which we have done. A lot has been said about what transpired in Kenya, but believe you me, this dream of realizing the lawyer society started way before Kenya. It only culminated when Kenema reared its ugly head. And I'm sorry to Kutubu that I'm keep referring to Kenema. Apologize, technology. But ladies and gentlemen, the point I'm seeking to make is today we are not only looking back on history, we're not only looking back at what was documented in the TRC report. We are I think somebody's seeking to. I think it's a. Sorry, hacked the computer. So tonight is not just the launching of the Lawyer Society. Tonight is an opportunity to take stock of where we were before the civil conflict and where we are now, 20 plus years after the civil war was declared over. Believe you me, the reports are not pleasant. Believe you me, the statistics tell a different story about justice, about the rule of law, about accountability in our society. And today is very, very important for all of us to turn to a new page, to turn to a new chapter, and to say, never again would lawyers be accused of being complicit in the wrongs in society. And that is why the Lawyer Society has emerged to ensure that we have a fighter, to ensure that we have a defender, to ensure that we have a promoter of the ideals of justice, of the rule of law, and of good governance. By way of the membership structure, the Law Society, the Lawyer Society, has opened up its doors to not just lawyers who are qualified to practice in Sierra Leone, but those maybe tens and hundreds of Sierra Leoneans who are practicing law across other jurisdictions across the globe. We think of some folks who have practiced law 10, 20, maybe more than that, and who are doing amazingly well in those jurisdictions. There's no way nobody can say that what we have learned in Sierra Leone is enough to tackle the emerging trends that we have. When we studied law, there was no AI. When we studied law, there was no environmental or climate justice and carbon credits, etc., etc. But we have those of our compatriots who are not qualified to practice law in Sierra Leone, but who are practicing law in other jurisdictions, who can add to our resource and expertise as we confront the emerging challenges that the legal profession is faced with. So the Law Society is an open umbrella to not just lawyers who are qualified, but to those Sierra Leoneans who are also practicing law or qualified to practice law in other countries. Additionally, we have also opened up the membership to honorary members. So every year, the executive will look at someone who has done significant contribution to the rule of law and good governance, and they will vote for that person to have an honorary member status. I've had Mr. Yana Williams, loud and clear, and other speakers, Mrs. Sori too, and they are both in unison when they say we want to insulate the Lawyer Society from all perhaps character, form of politics. And we agreed, the drafters, the promoters of the Lawyers Society, when we say if you are an avowed member of a political party, we welcome you to the Lawyer Society, but you would not hold an executive position. Similarly so, if you are a government appointee, you will not hold an executive position. But beyond that, we have gone a notch ahead of that to say, while you serve in the executive, you cannot have a government retainership. That is documented, it is in black and white. Mind you, will not tend to deprive executive members, but we know that the issues of conflict of interest are various and very enormous, and the pressures cannot be quantified. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we start this journey, and we have emphasized that what we are seeking to do is not to empty out the Sierra Leone Bar Association, but to complement the Sierra Leone Bar Association. So members will be at liberty to belong to multiple groups, not just the Sierra Leone Bar Association, but for example, other entities such as lawyers, ILEJ, Legal Link, etc., etc. But the most important function that the Lawyers Society seeks to do in this dispensation, and perhaps in the future, is to become that foremost watchdog of a democracy. Nowadays, we have seen that far too many times, unconventional voices have risen in our body politic, in our governance. But then democracy experts have said that if you vacate that space, those unconventional voices will fill that space. If lawyers play their roles, some voices, some vile voices will be put out of permanent business. That is why the Lawyers Society have come up. So say as lawyers, we need to do so much more for the democracy of this country. And this is the first step. We know that we have an enormous challenge to perhaps, redirect the tide of happenings. But we know that with your determination and your cooperation and your support, the very lofty ideals that we have set out for ourselves can be matched and perhaps can be surpassed. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you on behalf of my able Vice President. We started off fighting each other. We continue fighting, not against each other, but now fighting alongside each other. Thank you, Madam Said Kamal. You have taught me very, very clearly that your commitment and your passion for whatever you put your mind to is beyond phenomenal. To other members of the Interim Executive, Madam Interim General Secretary, I say very thank you to you. And thank you also to the Interim PRO, who's done a phenomenal job putting out of business a certain character that I will not name. But ladies and gentlemen, before I take my seat, let me emphasize that the Lawyers Society is not going to do business as usual. We are going to ensure that we put power holders, power brokers, and power occupiers on their toes every step of the way. We have said that this group is not an opposition to government, but this group also would not be an ally of government especially when they deviate from constitutional dictates and from generally acceptable standards. This is a commitment that we make to you, and we say that during this transition period, our key commitment is to ensure that we formalize all registration processes, we convene the very first annual general meeting, and we install a permanent executive that will serve the tenure set out in the constitution of this society. We implore every member, every lawyer, to put their hands on deck to support us and to realize this dream of the Lawyers Society, so that when, God forbid, another chronicle is written, lawyers would not be blameworthy. Lawyers would not be blameworthy. And I pray that all of us will work towards the actualization of the ideals and the vision of the Lawyers Society. I thank you. God bless you.
Now, those who have ears, now you see, the interim president has spoken loud and clear. There's a Latin phrase, it says, "Acclinis falsis meliora recosa." The mind inclined to falsehood rejects the nobler cause. The nobler cause is clearly before all and sundry, but those whose minds are attuned to falsehood will continue to reject the nobler cause. But the Bible says, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing the word of God. And this word of truth will continue to be told on faith built. And we have no doubt that that faith would sweep across this nation. Faith in truth, faith in justice, faith in democracy, faith in good governance, faith in rule of law. That is what we will continue to pursue and pursue vigorously. Thank you very much, Mr. Interim President, for that wonderful one. Ladies and gentlemen, I know the program was shared, but we're going to skip one particular item. We've consulted, and we'll get back to the to legal practitioners on that later on. But somebody will be drawing the curtains down on the formal part of this occasion, and that is no less a person than the Interim Public Relations Officer of the Society, Mr. Claude Babi Davis.
Good evening, very learned senior colleagues, esteemed colleagues, the pressers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are overwhelmed and we feel so supported by your presence here this evening. And let me take this opportunity, maybe it's late, Julian's mind, to have wished all of us a happy new month. And the 1st of November heralds the birth of a new baby, which we have all contributed to. And this vision of having the Lawyer Society had existed for over decades. And Mr. Williams mentioned that he has been one of the excited members to see this come into fruition. Your support individually and collectively has enlightened our minds and have shown us this new path. We feel supported and we feel that we have this duty to push to this point because we felt the load on our backs that you were there to push us. And it's not been for your presence and your support, we wouldn't have got to this point that we are today. Let me thank God Almighty for making this day a possible day amidst all the glitches of yesterday and the twistings. And today, even when some of us held some apprehensions, we have sailed unscathed. I am sure if even they had invited the police to come here, they have questioned themselves. Why do we have to go there? And that is why we have enjoyed the tranquility and peace of this launch. I want to thank our chief launcher, Mr. Williams, and the other co-launchers, Ms. Fatima Sori and Mr. Lucille Taylor. In fact, you have the day, because without you, we wouldn't have launched anything. And you have done that with such finesse and candor. And the news are all over the world. Even when you were launching, by the click of a second, we received the news from Al Jazeera that the Lawyer Society is now launching Sierra Leone. So, our donors and contributors, we started from zero, and today we are now heroes. We had no funds, we had no support when we started this vision. But because of your magnanimity and kindness, we knew we were not alone, and we contacted some of you who were willing and remained committed to support us and sent us your contributions to see this event. We also have the wise counsel and advisors. You know, we're all young. The interim executive, I think someone just celebrated being in the bar for 15 years. He's still a young man in the bar. And so we counted on the wise counsel of so many of you. You were all advisors in your little corners. And the pieces of advice you provided us have today been a reflection of a fruitful program for today. We want to also acknowledge a project group. For us to get to this point, we have a project group. And that group was the brain. You know, we bandits, we fought, we disagreed and agreed, we shared views, we shared visions, everything. Even yesterday, when we received that letter from the FCC Chief Administrator denying his signature, which we all know what the tool is, we have to, discuss what do we do. This project group has 12 members. The five of us seated here as executive members, and then there are other backbones. And I want to recognize them because you do not know these people. You see us now. But let me take this opportunity, please bear with me, to recognize the other members of, we call that group the project, the Slava project of the Sierra Leone Association, which is coordinated now to the Lawyers Society. And we have Mr. Usman Jao. Please, Mr. Usman Jao has been our guide and guard in that group. He doesn't speak, he doesn't send message. And once you see a message from Mr. Jalo, you will know that this is something important. And you go to the group to read. And he has been one of our champions also in the legality in court with the Sierra Leone Association and those holding themselves to be directors. Next, thank you very much, Mr. Jalo. Thank you, sir. Next is Ibrahim Bellows Bakura. Let me share a board that we had in the group. Somebody was asking if we can move a motion, blah, blah, blah. And then Bello said, the motion no was having moved for the people to go back. You know, he has been a lawyer in the group, strategizing, giving us the positions that we may not have seen, and opening our minds to issues. Well, thank you very much. He's always the first person to post in that group, waking us up if even we were in slumber. Thank you very much, Mr. Bellows Bangura. The next person is Sonia Osho Williams. She's out of the jurisdiction, but even with the time difference, imagine, she would always make herself available, and she would work overnight, and by 4 a.m. we'll see a message for Sonia to say, please wake up, there is an issue that we have to discuss. Sonia, if you are there watching us through the Zoom link, we want to thank you very much and appreciate you. There is another quiet person, unassuming, but that person, my goodness, she's packed punch. She has been the person that will come with some ideas from World Bank, we don't know, or the World Vision, or wherever. And that person is Joella Nolde. Please stand up, Joella, where are you? Joella, where are you? We have also another unassuming person. I think most of you may not have contemplated would be part of this. And he has been the street bossing in this group. He's got the street mind. He's got the warfare mind. But it is always taxed with intellectualism. When it comes up, you will hear from me with intellectualism. And that person is Jocelyn Touré. Oh, since be having some reasons to arbitrate if need be. We didn't leave that just to us, the other thoughts people. We have this arbitrator and this scam. In fact, one of the most difficult jigsaw puzzles were pieced together yesterday by this person. And he is no less a person, but a brain. Sadly, I have to say this from a school that marched quite recently with the jackets rolling from Bay Street to back of UE building. But we're sure that in fact, he was turning on the black jacket, so he didn't have that reason to ask Mrs. Mansari to take it to the lawyers. Ladies and gentlemen, Ibrahim I. Mansari has made a performance. So this is the team that has put together this idea. Oh, it was deliberate. These people in the Chris. I just want to show about Chris. You know. Yes. Oh, our MC. I have given him a name. When I was just concentrating on the executive and then the others. I've just given him a name that he is the left-winged member. I think for some of us who attended school with him, Julian, if even this is black, he will say, no, this is dark green. I mean, that's how he is. So, we have relied on his left-wingedness and have always counted on his comments in the group. When we would have toiled on issues, we would have deliberated, and Julian hasn't said anything, we will wait for him. Elect that morning. Say, no, you're waiting, Julian, and see. Oh, no, we're not saying that thing there. Wait. You go. And he has given enormous and brilliant ideas to this body. Hence the reason we have said this program should be steered by you. So you have double thanks, Mr. MC, and an invaluable member of this our project group. Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. And members all, let me thank you generally, all of you, especially members of the legal profession, for your continued support. One thing I want to thank you for is your patience and resolve. Yesterday, we saw how resolved you are to have this occasion. I must confess, we were at a point to say, well, let us get guys, or let us make sure that we have everything, with this FCC issue, so we're just only going to cancel. In fact, as the PRO Interim drafted a note of deferment or postponement, we were lashed by many of you, saying, "Una mistake, una not come before we again." And we went back. We went to the drawing board and said, no, we cannot lose sight of the zeal and enthusiasm of our membership. We are going to do this. And today, it is because of you that we are here. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much again. And I will just switch over to the announcements. A few announcements that membership for the Lawyer Society would application will commence on Monday. Our constitution has stated that the executive, the interim executive, are automatic members, but we are even all going to apply and follow the proper procedure. So the application forms will be available at the Secretariat and online. The Secretariat is at 69 Campbell Street, which is the chambers of Mrs. Wagasei Kamal. And so please feel free to pick up application forms there, and they will be sent again online, the website, once the website is up. And our constitution too, so you have wind or knowledge of what is in that constitution. It is fully packed. We have taken note of every glitch, every lacuna, every gap in that of the Sierra Leone Bar Association, to which we remain to be members, and have addressed all of those gaps in this constitution. We will publish it at the website for your perusal, and we're open to suggestions. And yes, I think that's for now. And I want to wish you all a pleasant evening. Please don't go. This is time. Somebody said I'm having some estate activities within the CBD, and this is the time to talk business after the formal ceremony, so that we can interact. And I have much businesses to handle within the Central Business District. Stay, as we have got enough for you to enjoy. Let us send the signal to the world that the Loyal Society is here and is here to stay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Now listen. The formal part of this program has come to an end. Now we're moving to the social evening. You've got drinks, you've got abundance. Check out the bar. Food will be outside shortly, so you can go attend to the tables and also at the so you can go to the bar, food will be there shortly, and ladies and gentlemen, in the course of this social evening, we shall also be passing some vital information to you. Please stay, let's interact, let's enjoy, and let's play. Thank you very much for coming. Please, let's stay.